Good morning, thank you very much. Pak Ronak, thank you. Bu Anushri, thank you very much. Pak Henry, Pak Iwan, Pak Sudarto, terima kasih atas kesempatannya. I will speak a little bit English, mostly Indonesian, but the slide will be in English, so hopefully it's okay. Okay. The problem is, okay, now I can see the, okay. So I will talk about the how AI can be used for strategic management. Okay. The main difference between the normal AI for management and strategic management. Normally AI is for make things more efficient, membuat apa yang kita kerjakan menjadi lebih efisien, lebih cepat dan sebagainya, itu yang normal kita gunakan di AI. Cuma untuk strategic management arahnya beda sekali. Arahnya adalah membuat kita meminta tolong AI supaya arah perusahaan strateginya seperti apa, kedepannya seperti apa, jadi lebih ke arah sana. Kita akan bicara masalah strategi, prompt, bagaimana membuat lokal AI dan governance-nya dari data dan AI tadi seperti apa. Saya akan cepat banget ya ini karena waktunya cuma sekitar 15-20 menitan aja supaya kalian bisa ini. Ini ada beberapa hal, saya akan cepat aja. Waktu kita mengerjakan ini kita perlu melihat masalah problem strategis, problem apa aja yang bisa digunakan menggunakan AI untuk membantunya, prompt-nya seperti apa. Kemudian sarannya kalau bisa kita membuat AI lokal di perusahaan kita, di organisasi kita ada AI lokal. Terus governance-nya seperti apa untuk scale up, KPI, audit dan sebagainya, dan kemudian kita perlu juga lihat roadmap ke depannya. Ini jujur dulu, semua ini bisa diambil free. Saya harus kasih lihat dulu ya. Oke, sorry salah. Nih. Silakan ini di foto dulu. Materinya bisa diambil di URL yang di atas. So all the material is free. You can download all the books from the above URL s.id/free-owp-ebooks. It's about 2 GB zip. So when we expand, it's about like 4 GB. About 30 to 40 books, I think. And the other 4 is URL for e-learning, and this is my contact from ID, and yes, and I have my son and my team here actually who want to connect with us. It's okay. Okay, now the book is the book is this one actually. Okay. This is, if we click that URL, you can see this URL, and then you can check this folder, Asosiasi Manajemen Indonesia. This is the slide, CIO Strategic Management, but the actual book is this one. Okay. This one, AI in Strategic Management. Okay. Apologies in Indonesian language, the book. It's about 255 pages, free. You can download and you can use. The idea of this book is you can do AI for strategic management using only prompt. So most of the material is prompt based. It's not machine learning with sophisticated algorithm. So it's basically prompt, and it has a lot of prompt example. Back to the slide. So these are the major issues we are covering in the book: strategic problem, prompt system, how can we have the own AI capacity, governance, and roadmap. Okay, and then problem for OCIO when we do strategic work. Most of the time, AI is used only for summarize email slides. The other problem is we sometimes upload, we sometimes don't understand the security, the sensitivity of the data, and we upload this data to AI. And then the problem, the other problem we have with AI is the outputs. The output of AI sound convincing, but are not verified. That's the major problem. And then many organizations buy tools, but not build the capacity, the capability to use AI. So that's the risk for CIO when dealing with strategic management. So basically the mission of you guys is turn AI into strategic decision system. AI must improve the analysis quality, option generation, risk visibility, execution discipline, and organization learning, not merely document skill. Okay. So AI can accelerate works, but strategy determines direction, governance, preserve accountability. So that's the important one. Okay. Okay. Now, in the prompt itself, we propose the prompt is the management control surface. At least within the prompt, we need context, instruction, validation, and action. So this four must be embedded into the prompt. Okay. Prompt is calling property is the government issues. It defines the AI may analyze how it reasons and what human must verify. Okay. This is the example of the prompt. The prompt is not single sentence. It's a paragraph. To be honest, my normal prompt, I can show you a little bit about my prompts. So these are my prompts. Lot of them. Okay. So I have lots of prompts. And normally, sometimes when I'm prompting with many paragraphs. If I prompt, sometimes I mix the prompt with machine learning as well. Okay, so it makes basically. So we need use case, the output. We need to specify the output, the structure of the issues, verify risk, decision agenda, and then we need also make sure the value for the management. So make sure the output is less noise, faster alignment, and clearer accountability. Okay. Now, to do all these things, to be safe, to be honest, to be safe as a company, to be safe, we need to build our own AI. We can use Open Web UI as the front end, and we can use Olama, open source large language model. The database, the vector database, the simplest one we can use Chroma, but the complex one we can use Quadrant. And N8N is the sort of the agentic AI, basically is connected. And then we have also a bigger database. I'll show you a little bit about these things. Okay. The Open Web UI is this one. Let me show you the prompt. Okay. So it's very similar to ChatGPT, but it's different. You can see the model. The model is free. We have a lot of model here. We can go. All of this is free, open source. You can build these things for like 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour. You can build one of these things. The major problem is uploading the knowledge. We have the menu here for knowledge workspace, and we can create knowledge here. Knowledge, and we can create new knowledge. So having local knowledge, then we can upload corpus or from my experience, if we upload PDF file, it will create a lot of junk, basically a lot of noise in the PDF file. So we actually have to rewrite the PDF file to make sure less noise in the information. The knowledge on how to build those things is in my library. You can download a book on how to convert PDF file into corpus. So there's a book on that one as well. Okay, now N8N is something like this. This is N8N. It's basically similar to agentic AI. Okay, in this, oh, it's too too bright. Basically, in this one, we actually in our campus, we actually helping the small medium enterprise. They are having difficulty to interact with their customer because most of the customer interact with them through WhatsApp. The problem is we need to put person in the back end. So the person will be very busy interacting with the customer, and then they are having problem to make more money because they are limited. The human resources are very limited. So this particular, not particular, there are several small medium enterprises. They actually ask us to build one of these things. So basically, the WhatsApp message is coming through webhook. Webhook will talk to WhatsApp, and then through the AI agent, it talk to the large language model, and then large language model will search this is RAG, retrieve augmented generation. This is the RAG, and then the knowledge from the RAG combined with the LLM, and they send everything through the WhatsApp again. So this is how it works. So this is not very difficult. So we can build this thing very easy. Okay. So this is the global AI stack is something like that. Okay. Now the minimum architecture for CI Copilot is we need a secure document, classified corpus, make sure everything is secure, and then of course we need to set the metadata of the corpus, telling what kind of knowledge is the ontology of the knowledge, and so everything we can put in, and then we put into RAG, and then RAG will talk with the local LLM, which is the Ollama, and then the last segment is we need human. So my suggestion is we are not leaving everything to machine. Make sure we have human in the loop. So we still need human for validation. Okay. Now, of course, we can have many approaches to do these things. Many of us we can go for quick wins, which is high impact, low visibility. But if we go to strategic management, we actually goes to this one, high impact and high visibility. So this is the strategic bets. We need to consider this parameter, the SWOT, TOS, value, FRIO, value chain, options, scoring, ROI, payback, and everything. So we need to, you can read the book about these variables, and then you can set up either quick wins or strategic approach to our problem. Strategic is more long-term. Quick wins normally short-term, like 30 days or 60 days. Okay. Now, in the governance side, or success of the KPI, we have 4 pillars basically: data policy, who's allowed, restricted, permitted, approval path, access control, role, unit, document, model, admin, audit log. This is the access control. Validation rules, source check, number check, control check, bias check. Bias check is more difficult because sometimes we ignore bias, but in AI is very dangerous because if the data is not balanced, it tends to certain side, then AI will answer on this particular side. Jadi datanya kalau tidak balance, dia akan cenderung ke satu sudut aja jawabannya. Okay? Dan itu berbahaya. Tergantung kita juga sih. Saya kadang-kadang suka juga yang tidak bias. Ini saya kasih gambaran dikit ya. Saya kebetulan juri di satu Indonesia Award, ini Astra di belakangnya. Kemudian ada satu juri yang cantik namanya Dian Sastro. Dan dia itu sangat sadis kalau ngasih nilai. Nilainya itu lulus tidak lulus 01. Saya butuh Dian Sastro, data Dian Sastro saya ambil, saya butuh data Dian Sastro untuk mengecek ini nominasinya bagus apa enggak. Karena juri yang lain kayak saya cenderung cari aman. Kita kasih nilai 67, 67. Kita nggak bisa ngecek ini bagus apa enggak. Kalau bagus enggak, saya ambil datanya Dian Sastro, masukin, cenderungin, langsung keluar. Ini bagus, ini jelek. Jadi kalau datanya Dian Sastro bagus, pasti bagus. Jadi butuh kayak gitu-gituan sih sebetulnya. Oke. Decision AI, nah ini perlu kita sadari bahwa AI hanya recommend. Human yang menentukan, dan kita yang bertanggung jawab, bukan AI. Contoh, ada mobil listrik jalan nabrak orang mati, yang tahu jawab siapa? Mobil listriknya atau programmernya? Programmernya yang bikin AI yang tahu jawab. Itu yang jadi masalah. Oke, last one. Ini saran buat teman-teman yang mau coba roadmap. Ini ada saran 30 hari, 60 hari, 90 hari, 1 tahun. 3 bulan pertama adalah kita bisa ngedraft AI policy, prompt cleaning, use case shortlist, data boundaries. Ini kita bisa di 30 hari. Di 60 hari mulai naik ke atas lagi, misalnya team workspace, safe corpus, prompt library, output evaluation. Itu 60 hari. Yang 90 hari kita mulai masuk ke lebih teknis, RAG, retrieve outcome augmented generation, workflow pilot, KPI dashboard, government review, dan terakhirnya kita bisa full fledged. Kira-kira itu caranya. Saran saya silakan diambil bukunya dari sini. Oke, mana tadi? Bukunya silakan diambil dari sini. Dan silakan dibaca. Silakan dipraktekkan. Jujur ada banyak sekali buku-buku yang sifatnya teknis sekali. Kalau butuh instalasi bikin AI open source dan sebagainya, bukunya ada. Kalau pengen bikin korpus segala macam, bukunya ada. Kalau cyber security digabungin dengan AI, ada. Kita mau melakukan attack, pen test, penetration test menggunakan AI, ada bukunya semua. Jadi semuanya free, silakan diambil, bayarnya gampang. Nanti habis sholat tolong doain supaya amal ibadahnya diterima dan dibahagiakan. Terima kasih, saya tutup sekian dulu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.